Have you ever tried to imagine a city literally built on top of precious gems? Well, in the final pages of the Bible, the book of Revelation gives us this incredible vision of a celestial city, just dazzling and perfect. But what if those jewels were way more than just decoration? Let's dive in. I mean, it is an absolutely stunning image, right? You've got walls of jasper, gates made of pearl, and a street of pure gold. But is this just some beautiful fantasy, or is there a much, much deeper meaning hidden inside these gems? Well, that's the mystery we're going to unpack. So this vision is all about a place called the New Jerusalem, which is described as the ultimate home for God's people. And it's portrayed as this place of unimaginable beauty and just absolute perfection, shining with the glory of God himself. And the way it's described is incredibly specific.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the focus on the materials. The city itself is made of pure gold, like clear glass, and its very foundations are built from precious stones. You gotta understand, these are not just ornamental flourishes. They have a really profound symbolic purpose.
Okay, so let's zoom in a little. The vision gets super specific, especially when it talks about the foundations of the city's gigantic wall. There are actually 12 layers, but for now, we're going to take a close look at just the first 4. You know, the original Greek text uses this word kekosmaimonoi to describe how the foundations were set with these stones. It means to be adorned or garnished. And get this, it's the exact same word used to describe a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. So that tells us the placement of these jewels is totally intentional, it's artistic, and it's deeply, deeply meaningful.
The text just lays it right out for us like a divine blueprint. It says the first 4 foundations are jasper, sapphire, chalcedony, and emerald. Jasper, sapphire, chalcedony, and emerald. Just let those names sink in for a second. Because these are not just a random collection of pretty rocks. No way. They are like a code, a visual language that describes the very character of God. And this is where it all starts to click. Each one of these stones represents a specific foundational part of God's nature. See, the city isn't built on some abstract ideas. It's built on who God is. So foundation number 1 is jasper. Elsewhere in Revelation, jasper is the very stone used to describe what God looks like on his throne. Just this radiant, brilliant, crystal clear appearance. So this first stone, it symbolizes his perfect, flawless holiness and his divine light. Second, we have sapphire. Its deep, heavenly blue color is often connected in Scripture with the floor of God's throne. It represents his unchanging, unshakable divine truth and his heavenly authority. You could say it's the very bedrock of reality. The third stone is chalcedony. Now, this one's a more translucent, kind of milky stone, and it symbolizes something absolutely incredible, a unity that's crafted by the Spirit. It represents how all kinds of people from every nation and every background are brought together into one body, the church, in this beautiful, graceful, peaceful harmony. And the fourth foundation is the emerald. There's another passage in Revelation that talks about a brilliant emerald rainbow circling God's throne. This vividly symbolizes God's unfailing mercy and his promise-keeping faithfulness, the covenant that says he will never, ever abandon his people. So let's recap. You've got holiness, truth, unifying peace, and mercy. Wow! Together, these 4 stones lay out a foundation that is a brilliant picture of the character of God. But, okay, this brings up a huge question, right? If these are the attributes of a perfect God, how on earth do they become the foundation for imperfect people like us? Well, the answer is found at the very heart of the Christian faith, the cross. I mean, seriously, how does God's perfect character get transferred to become the very thing that holds us up? It's clearly not something we could ever build or earn for ourselves. It had to be a gift. Just think about the scene at the cross for a second. It was the ultimate moment of humiliation. Jesus was stripped of everything, his clothes, his dignity, his very life. It was the complete and total opposite of the glory and beauty we've been talking about. But right there, in that moment, something incredible happened. This is what theologians often call the Great Exchange. At the cross, Jesus took all of our brokenness onto himself so that we could receive his perfection. Every single aspect of his character, represented by these foundation stones, his holiness, his truth, his peace, his mercy, it's all transferred to us. It becomes the very bedrock of our new identity. So, the bottom line
is this. The beauty of the church, this incredible celestial city, it doesn't come from its own efforts. Not at all. It is a direct reflection of who Christ is and what he did for us. Our foundation is built on the very character of God, which was freely given to us through Jesus.
And what's so amazing is that this isn't just some abstract, far-off theology. This massive vision has a deeply personal meaning. It zooms all the way down from that celestial city right to you. The Bible uses this really powerful metaphor. It says that believers are living stones. We're not just spectators watching this city get built from the sidelines. We are the actual material being used to build it. That means that every single person who is a part of this has immense value and a specific purpose. You are a chosen, precious stone, being perfectly placed into this grand, eternal design. Your story, your life is being woven into the jeweled glory of God's city. So that leaves us with one last big question to think about. If you are a living stone reflecting God's nature, what part of his glory do you reflect? Is it his holiness, his truth, his peace, his mercy? You see, the breathtaking beauty of the city is the combined radiance of all of its stones shining together.